my friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jude, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about an on-demand EWTN wonderful program. I know I thought when I heard about this program, I said, I'm going to really enjoy watching it because I'm familiar with the host of the show. This is a free on-demand EWTN program called I Forgive. And the host of that program is Immaculée Ilibagiza. And I will link above the videos that I've done after reading her books. Her first book was Left to Tell, and her second book was Led by Faith. And this tells her story. She was a survivor of the Rwandan genocide. And the show about forgiveness, and this is so fitting for today because this is the Sunday gospel for today, is how many times we should forgive. And how many times does Jesus ask us to forgive? Is countless times to forgive. There isn't a number, 70 times 7, he says, but it's just endless in our life to forgive. And Immaculee, of course, surviving this horrible genocide where she was 3 months in a little tiny bathroom with other women for 3 months. They didn't even have room to move around. They had to stay quiet. They couldn't talk. What was her solace during that time was the Bible and her prayer. She had a rosary that was given to her, was her father's rosary. It was the last thing before she had to run and hide. Her father said, go and hide because they're coming to kill us. And I want you to have a chance to survive. And he gave her his rosary. So she had the rosary, and of course she was through days and days of being in that circumstance. She had so much time. All she had was time to think. And she had hatred in her heart, hatred for what these people of another tribe were doing, massacring and killing people, her friends, her family, everyone she knew. Her town was destroyed. And so this first episode goes in depth to what happened to her, her story. And I really came away with, as I always do when I listen to her and read her books, is a new perspective on what it really means to forgive. We all have continual moments in our lives where we need to forgive. Forgive hurts, forgive situations that happen, forgive because, as Jesus said on the cross, why? And this is what's touched upon in this show, is just as Jesus said from the cross, forgive them. Why? Because they know not what they do. And it was from that moment that Immaculée was able to turn her perspective to really what Jesus was calling for her to do. Just as he did, forgive those who don't know what they're doing. And she actually went back years later. She got a job with the UN, and she wanted to go and see that person that was responsible for killing her family. She wanted to be in that prison cell with that person to see what were the depths of her forgiveness. Was she really able to forgive that man that killed her family? And by the grace of God, she was able to do that. And she communicated the fact that when we forgive, there's a freedom that happens. We're not chained to that time, that event, that broken heart, that relationship gone wrong. anymore. We've released it. There's a freedom. Now, that doesn't mean that you may still have things that you're working through, and maybe you'll do that throughout your life, but there's the freedom that happens when we open our heart to the forgiveness, whether that person accepts the forgiveness or not. We have put it out there. We have said, I don't hold any resentment. I still could have hurt. I still can have pain. But when I'm releasing that resentment that I've been carrying, I'm free. So I really encourage you to tune into the show. Put the EWTN app on your phone or your iPad. It's a great way to listen to these episodes. I'm looking forward to, I probably will today, watch several of the episodes. I think there's 4 or 5 that are posted there. And this particular episode, the first one, was about a half hour. And it was so interesting. So I welcome you to watch the program. And maybe you've read Immaculee's books. I'd love comments below. Or if you want to go ahead and view it and then come back to this video and let me know your thoughts. What hurt, what pain have you had to forgive? And maybe you're in the process of it now. One of the things that Immaculee reinstated throughout the program was prayer was so important. Prayer and fasting, coupled with just that constant communication with God, giving him your hurt and your feelings of resentment, talking it through with him and working it out. My friends, tune in to EWTN Free on Demand to see this wonderful program called I Forgive. So until next time, peace and love.